Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I recreated this look that I found on Pinterest. The picture, I'll go ahead and insert it, but it's actually just like a picture of an eyeshadow look really close up, and I just thought it was beautiful. They used some really kind of fun, just pretty like berry purples and just kind of blew it out and put some kind of cool silver on the lower lash line, and I just loved it, so I just wanted to recreate it. So here is my recreation of that. If you guys recreate this look, I would love to see it, so make sure and tag me. And if you are interested in seeing how I got this look, then we can go ahead and get started. Thanks. Okay, so to start off, I have already primed my eyelids, and I used my MAC paint pot to do this. And then just to kind of soften up, to make things not so tacky and make sure that things blend really well, I'm going to use the Tartelette palette, and I just grabbed a couple of kind of neutral shades out of that one. And then I'm also going in with this MAC Pro color, and this is in the color Uninterrupted. It's just like a really warm camel-y color. When you're working with purples, you want to have like a really, really warm kind of background undertone color. So now I'm grabbing this color called Spice from Morphe Brushes, and it's like almost pure orange, just really, really warm. And this is just really going to offset kind of the coolness of the purples and make it look so that you don't look like you have a black eye necessarily, because working with purples can be really tough. Next, I'm going to move on to highlighting the brow bone. In the picture, she used a really kind of shimmery highlight, but I don't love shimmery highlights on my brow bone, and so I just grabbed a really kind of bright matte light color, and I'm using Super Mom from the same Tartelette palette. That's the name of the shade. And I'm just kind of highlighting the outer portion of my brow bone. I try to keep my neutral color shadows towards the inner portion, but I like to give that highlight kind of to the outer tailish end of my eyebrow. So then to start off with the plummy purple, I'm grabbing this color Sketch by MAC in a really flat dome-shaped kind of brush. And I'm gonna just be real sloppy at the beginning, and you guys know I like all my tutorials, they are so sloppy until like right at the very end, and then it kind of comes together. So anyways, I'm just really like getting this color on and in place. So I'm just kind of really packing on this color, getting a nice like flat, even, dark base just to kind of begin with, and try to get things so that they're not patchy. There's going to be a lot of blending involved in this look, but first I just do that, and then I do a teeny bit of blending. I just kind of flip the brush sideways and just try to soften those edges a little bit. So then I am grabbing this shadow, also by Morphe Brushes. I think it's in the shade Cranberry, and this is going to give it just more of like a vibrant plum, so that it doesn't just look like a flat black on your eye, because sometimes when you're working with a lot of purple, it can just kind of tend to look black. So this will just really like bring the purple qualities back to it. And then also in the picture, I did notice that she does have like a darker crease, and so I just grabbed kind of a really dark purple and black from that same Tartelette palette. It's Bombshell and Fashionista, and just kind of with a little detailing brush, I just deepened up the crease a little bit just to try and kind of match what was going on in the inspiration picture. And this is where you can kind of get a lot of your blending done too, especially when you're working with these dark colors. You want to just kind of get things placed and blended as you go, but it's easier to use kind of little teeny brushes. And then with your bigger brushes, like the one that I'm going in now, that's when you want to go back through and just blend things with bigger, fluffier brushes. So then I'm grabbing kind of like a middle tone purple, and I'm blending in the brown with that crease color, just so that, again, it's really just nice and blended. There's a really soft gradient between everything. Looks like this, they do take definitely some time blending, so I'll prepare you now. You will be sitting there blending for a little bit. Okay, so now moving on to eyeliner. I wanted to just do, again, just copying that picture. There was just a really pretty nice wing with just a really sharp, like matte black liner. So that's what I am copying. I have a whole video on how I get my winged liner. So I kind of showed some of it right here, but I have a lot more detailed video because then I kind of went out of focus and stuff. So I can link that video down below. And then I just am curling my lashes and putting on a little mascara, and I was kind of getting prepped for falsies. I've not put on the falsies yet. I will after I do all my face powders and stuff. But moving on to my face, I primed with the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm, and then I'm using the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation, which I absolutely just like fell back in love with again. I really love this foundation. It's like a pretty medium coverage, like first layer, but if you go in and add,
you can definitely build it up so you can add a little bit more. And it just like, then once you set it, it just does not budge all day long. It's so amazing. I love it. Anyway, just kind of touching up my eyebrows. They got a little bit maybe interrupted. I don't know. While I was doing my foundation. And then moving on to my favorite concealer, one of my favorite drugstore concealers, the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And with such a dark eye look, I wanted to really keep the rest of the face just like bright. And so I did use a lot of kind of brightening concealer just to not like have everything just really dark, but to kind of keep some brightness towards the eyes and just really keep the attention there and kind of even out everything on the face. So now I'm just blending and buffing that concealer in using my sponge. And then also I put some kind of down my nose and forehead just so that the whole like inner portion of my face is highlighted. Next I'm using the Coty Airspun loose powder. That you can find this at Walmart. I can find it at most Walmart. Sometimes it's hard to find, but I love setting my concealer with this. And instead of like baking lately, I've been using a lot of powder, but then I just really go through and I just push all of the powder in, and I love the way that sets my face. So then just to set the rest of my foundation, I'm using the Fit Me powder by Maybelline. I really love that one. And I kind of did a little bit of spot touching where spots I put concealer on with the powder, and then I just went with a kabuki for the rest. Okay, so then to highlight or to contour, I grabbed my e.l.f. contour palette, and I first just grabbed that really warm kind of bronzy shade, and I'm just grabbing like an angled fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of getting things warmed up on my cheeks, just giving my face a little bit of color so that it's not all one flat color from the foundation. And then going in with that darkest shade in that palette and my NARS Ita brush, I'm going to just kind of carve out my cheekbones. This is just what I do, like, no matter how dramatic or not dramatic my eyes are, I love to contour. That's my jam. So I contour like a mad woman. But I have a lot of videos on this too. And so I didn't go into a ton of detail. And then I just put a little bit down the sides of my nose to kind of slim and straighten my nose out. And then going in with the Milani Romantic Rose blush. I love this blush. It doesn't have any shimmer, so it just like gives your face a really pretty kind of good skin look. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some lashes, because a look like this definitely it looks best with some lashes to kind of just pull the whole eye look together. Okay, so now moving on to the lower lash line, I'm grabbing this Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome. This is so cool. It's in the color Silver Spark, and it's just like a kind of a liquid cream eyeshadow in this really easy to apply kind of applicator. So I just put that on the inner corner, because in the picture it's just like a really intense sparkly silver inner corner. So I really kind of I put a lot of that initial color on, and then I went in with a silver shadow just to kind of blend things out a little bit more. And then I'm going in with kind of a gunmetal type, it's kind of like a bluish darker silver color, and I put that on the lower lash line, so it kind of transitioned from that really bright silver into a darker silver, kind of just like really sparkly. I kept the lash line really sparkly. And then underneath all of that, I went back in with that MAC Uninterrupted, just that really camel color, and just kind of the same thing. When you're working with cool tones, it just really helps to kind of ground them with a warmer tone. So then I put on some mascara. I'm also going to line my lower waterline with some black, and then to highlight, I'm grabbing my Sephora highlighter. This is the Sephora Micro Smooth Illuminator in the shade Stardust. I'm just putting this kind of on the high points of my face, up along the tops of my cheekbones, and then I love to put some along the center of my nose and right on the tip. It just kind of really finalizes like the whole nose contour. It just suits all of it nicely, so I really like to do that. And then of course finishing with a setting spray. And then lips, of course. So I'm just going in, and I love to, pretty much no matter what lip look I'm doing, I always start with a kind of a neutral lip liner. And it kind of just helps everything like not bleed or anything like that. And then for this look, I used my Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the color Dolce K. And it's just kind of like a deeper, neutrally brownish mauve-y color. I absolutely loved it. It was a little bit different than a nude lip, but it wasn't like so dark that it took away from the eyes. So anyways, this is the whole look put together. I hope that you guys like it. I really enjoyed this look. I don't do like super dark looks like this all the time, so it was really fun to kind of step out and do something different. Thanks again for watching. Bye!